Today we are going to talk all about taxes, what is going on with taxes in the cruise industry, a quick comparison to what is going on in the hotel industry in a popular town in the United States. We'll also be going over the changes that Princess Cruises is making to how they do the Wi-Fi if you do not have the Plus package or the Premier package. And finally, a quick update from the Ruby Princess. So let's go ahead and get started. Hi there, this is Allison with Let's Go Travel Tips. Today is Tuesday, it is September 2nd of 2025, and if you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, will you please be sure to click on that subscribe button, and if you appreciate my updates, please be sure to give this video a thumbs up. Now, let's start at the very top talking about the quick update on the Ruby Princess. So the Ruby Princess, if you have been keeping an eye on her lately, does these wonderful cruises, 10-day cruises, round trip San Francisco up to Alaska and back. Well, somebody was on the Ruby Princess when I mentioned that when we were on the Regal Princess on our formal evening, the last formal night, we didn't have lobster. It's kind of just one of those things that has always been ever since we started cruising on Princess, and a lot of people really enjoy that. It's not a deal breaker. It's just kind of fun to see what the changes are. And then the replies after that have been that on some ships you get it, some ships you don't. And on the Ruby Princess, they had lobster on their last formal night. And I know we've got Let's Go family members on the current sailing that is due to leave today from San Francisco. So it will be fun to hear if they end up having lobster on their menu on the last formal night or not. The other update that the same guests shared with me who were just on the Ruby Princess is that there were a lot of cans on board. So maybe on the Ruby Princess, if you ask for a can of soda, say that's what you prefer, you get to have it. Be kind of fun to follow along and see what happens next. Now, next up, let's talk about the tax situation. Then we'll talk about the changes to Wi-Fi. The tax situation. So, you know what? A while ago, a couple of months ago at least, Hawaii voted in the rule that they could go ahead and charge 11% tax, and then the local towns in that could add 3% to that if they wanted. And so cruise passengers could be charged 14% when they arrive at a port there in Hawaii. Well, one of the things that varies about this is it's not just 14% of the prorated stay of one night there in one visit in that port one day of your cruise. It's for your whole cruise fare. And so we just recently were in California. We happened to stay in a hotel in Anaheim. And so I noticed that their taxes were rather high. So I thought it'd be kind of fun to see what their taxes look like for a hotel room stay, just for a little bit of comparison here. 17%. 17% are the total taxes that you're going to pay. And I just basically took the amount of our total stay, the amount of tax they charged, and figured out that is 17% between all the taxes and fees that they charge for the hotel there, and that does not include a resort fee. It's a hotel that does not have a resort fee. Okay, so that's not included. Alrighty, so when you think of that, really that 14% could be considered untenable. Well, the Cruise Line and International Association is actually suing the state of Hawaii for that because they feel like it is not a fair tax. They feel like they have broken the Constitution in two places, and so I'll keep you up to date on what they decide about that. I was thinking, well, how much are a lot of cruises to Hawaii? And so I looked through just Princess's website just to get an idea. Chose $3,000. If you're going to be taxed at 14% on $3,000, and mind you, it would be the cruise fare, not the extra taxes and fees you're going to be posted on, so that you're going to be taxed on. So it's just like saying the cruise fare portion is $3,000. Your tax at 14% would be $420, just to kind of give you a ballpark of what people are looking at with this. So it's a lot of money that's in play here. So we'll see what happens next. Alrighty. Really interesting situation going on there in Hawaii. Next up, what is going on with the Wi-Fi on Princess Cruises? You have long heard me talk about the fact that for the last year, we have actually paid and gotten the Plus package just so we could have the faster Wi-Fi. When we were just recently on the Regal Princess, I was very disappointed in the Wi-Fi. It was actually really slow. It was slower than when we went actually before they introduced their Plus Wi-Fi. It was slower than when we went to Iceland on the Island Princess. Super slow Wi-Fi. Wasn't crazy about that, and here we paid all the money for the Plus package, and I have to go out of my way to use the items in the Plus package. I really wouldn't use them if I didn't have it, and so for me, it's not worth me spending my money on it, except for that fast Wi-Fi when it actually works. So what do we need to talk about here? Well, when you book the Plus or the Premier package, you automatically get the Wi-Fi. But what if you don't book one of those packages? How is it that you get your Wi-Fi? For a very long time now, Princess has had it that you have to buy the Wi-Fi in the app. So you go to that main page that comes up when you go to that cruise, scroll clear to the bottom, and it still has a place where you can click and see the packages. But now when you click on that, it says unable to load packages due to incomplete user information. Please contact Princess Support for further assistance. Now, that's not accurate. For example, in my app, it shows that all of my user information is correct. Lots of people are getting that same error message, whether or not they have a Plus package, whether they have a Premier package, whether they're just wanting to book their Wi-Fi. So you call Princess and you say, you know what, I just want to buy the Wi-Fi. When you call, you can go ahead, at least when I was, it depends on who you get on the phone. Some people say they will go ahead and book it for you for the full rate. However, if you are Platinum or Elite, so that you get the Wi-Fi at half off, they will not do it for you. They used to would do it for you. They would just get that lower rate for you, cut the cost in half because that's what it is, and book it for you and let you give them the credit card number. No longer. You have to do it when you're on board the ship. So those of you who are on board a Princess cruise, after they have started doing this, will you please let me know? Does the app suddenly start working correctly when you're on board, or do you have to go stand in line somewhere? Two things stand out to me about this, and boy, do I want to hear from you in the comments about this, because number one, this is no way to treat loyal customers. To make them have an inconvenience of not being able to just buy the Wi-Fi, and you have to do it when you're on board, that is no way to treat your elite, your loyal guests. Platinum or Elite, no, let's not be doing that to them. And number two, the crew on board is already so busy. We need more crew members on board than we've got anyway, and here you're giving them something extra to do. Because even if the app starts working correctly, there's a lot of people that don't know how to use the app to do that. And so they're going to end up in a line somewhere and needing help in order to do that. So please let me know if you happen to be on a ship, is the app starting to work correctly so you can just get it there. Let me know how this pans out. I did notice that every time I have called Princess to try to do this on behalf of someone who has a cruise booked with me, they try really hard to sell the Plus package, and you have to repeatedly say, no, they don't want that. No, thank you. No, thank you. No matter what. No, they don't want that. And so I think it is a way to try to encourage people to book a package, even if they don't want one. And so stand your ground. If you don't want a package, don't get a package. Book your Wi-Fi when you get on board. They will also let you book it for the full price and then get a refund when you're on board, but I wouldn't be doing that, because you're going to stand in guest services. You're going to get somebody that doesn't believe that you should get it for half off or whatever, and you might not get your money back, or at least you're going to waste a lot of your cruise trying to get that straightened out. So just wait till you get on board, and please let us know how it's going. Never forget why we love to go on a cruise, in spite of the Wi-Fi things, in spite of the fun, other things that go on board a cruise. Remember how wonderful it is to meet new people, to see new places, to sail the ocean blue, and just get to experience the glorious opportunity to travel. So I look forward to reading your comments, and I'll be talking to you all again really soon. You all take really good care. God bless you. Love you. Bye-bye.